Since H.G. Wells's War of the Worlds, alien invasion has been one of the most commonly used tropes in sci-fi genre. From Star Trek to The Fifth Element, from Invader Zim and Invasion of the Body Snatchers to
practically every episode of Doctor Who ever.
Yes. We are always afraid of the alien invasion coming to kill us.
Or enslave us.
Or induct us into some weird techno-organic hive-mindy thingy.
Yeah, why do they always do that?
No.
I think they're lonely.
Probably.
Now, in Jonathan Hickman's Red Mass for Mars, it's not quite clear what the invading alien armada want to do, whether it's to kill us, enslave us, or assimilate us. I suspect all three.
Yeah, all three.
That's the feeling I'm getting.
Yeah.
What is clear that the only people who can possibly stop them are the handful of super beings that are left in the galaxy, who are being led by the most powerful of them all, Mars, who honestly couldn't give a damn whether humanity lives or dies.
No, it's kind of grim from the beginning, really, isn't it?
It is, but I think it works. This is one of the few situations where a big chunk of exposition at the start actually works.
Yeah.
I mean, it tells the history of humanity up to this point through all the things that have nearly killed us. So, climate change, super viruses, religious fanatics, even nanomachines, and we've survived them all.
Yes, but can we survive the arrival of the Hundu? That is the question, and they are some of the creepiest tentacle-heady alien nasties I have ever seen.
They are creepy.
They're creepy. I think Ryan Bodenheim has done just a fantastic job in creating these nasties. It's brilliant, and there's a wonderful kind of contrast between the alienness of the Hundu, and then you've got these really archetypal stereotypes of your superheroes.
Yeah.
Like, there's such a big difference
He
there.
must have had a lot of fun creating those, because there are 33 of them, and they're all so archetypal.
You can pick them. There's the woman that's like a Valkyrie, and there's the rock guy, and there's the strong guy. It's awesome.
All these classics. But, I mean, we're talking about the artwork here. What did you think of the colour palette? Because apparently, in the future, everything will be either brown or purple.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it did take me a little while to kind of adjust to that, but once I actually did, I found it fantastic. I thought it was such a good choice. But that's my overall feeling for Red Mass. It's so textured and nuanced that every time I look at this book, I come up with something different, and I like it more and more every time I read it.
I do know what you're saying. It is a bit of a grower, isn't it? You know, and you can either look at it on its surface, what it's doing, or you can see that it's actually doing what, in my opinion, all great science fiction does, which is it's making a point by setting something in this fantastical world. It's sort of hiding the point, but making it by doing that.
And you can take a lot of metaphors away from this book, I think. The one that kind of sung out for me was, what is the price of utopia? That seemed to be a really strong thing for me. It's so brilliantly done. I love it.
Yeah, I do have some criticisms.
Really?
I've got to say. I mean, for one thing, there were a few visual choices that I felt a little bit ripped off.
Okay.
Near the end especially. I mean, we're leading up to this massive throwdown between an alien armada and a bunch of super beings.
Yep.
And it really, all we actually get to see is a few sort of one-on-one tussles. That kind of...
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I kind of liked that, because the tussles were done all out in space, and you get this amazing... the scope of what's going on, and you've got the armada and how big that is, and you've got these... But
you know what I'm saying,
a couple
don't
of
you?
pages of mass carnage would have been nice.
Yeah, with lots of... You know, laser beams and stuff flying around. That would have been great. I mean, besides that, also, there were some of the characters I wish had actually been fleshed out a bit more.
Okay.
Especially,
Lightbender.
Bender, yes, Lightbender.
Yep.
He's this wizard. He's this fascinating character who has a connection to the Earth. There was so much more that could have been had from him.
I know, but
they didn't really build on him enough for me.
Well, see, I feel like they gave you just enough to make your own impression of Lightbender. He's quite a tragic character. I'm okay with what they gave me. I made him up in my mind. Well, now, obviously, I really enjoyed this book, and it's one of those ones that I need to read again, because every time I look at it, there's something new in the artwork, or there's something new that somebody said that I didn't see it. So this is going to be a buy from me. I think this is such a fantastic book, and just brilliant.
Okay, well, I'm going to give it a buy as well, but I will say that what this is a really good book.
Okay.
That is a few shades short of being a great book.
I see what you mean.
I think there were a few areas it could have been tighter, it could have been broader, it could have been done a little bit better. It's still a buy. It's still, as you say, there's a lot that can be had from it, and you get more from it every time you read it, but it could have been really fantastic.
Cool.
And Incidentally, what was with the guy who looked exactly like Paul Giamatti?
I know.
That was weird.
It's freaky.
But now I do need to say,
What?
this is a thing, since we're doing our sci-fi episode,
Yes.
we're all being asked favourite sci-fi across the genre, well, not across the genre, but
Across
across
the
media.
medium. Okay.
What is it?
Well, for me, it's a series of books, actually.
Okay.
Saga of the Seven Suns by Kevin J. Anderson.
of
It's
course.
so amazing.
Space
it's this
opera.
Space opera.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
It is immense, isn't
It's
it?
huge.
So many characters.
It took
and
me
they all
years
keep
to
dying.
read.
Yeah.
They do all keep dying.
It's pretty good though.
It's amazing.